Alright, I wanted to showcase an interaction that is insanely strong, in my opinion. Probably one of the strongest enchants. I know a lot of people are talking about a variety of different ones, but this one is just absolutely insane for a Giga Juice build that's just running, absolutely blasting T16s, probably T17s as well. I'll talk a little bit about why I'm not running T17s, but this is all focused around the socketed VAAL skills have 100% reduced soul gain prevention, or prevention duration, meaning that we have 0 soul gain prevention duration, meaning that once we have enough souls, we can just activate our VAAL Lightning Strike, activate another instance of it. To my knowledge, there's no cap of how many of these you can have going at any given time, and that definitely seems to be the case because I have crashed my game by having too many going at one time. This build does insane amounts of damage. I'm running Warden, so just abusing the fact that tinctures are absolutely busted. Getting some flat damage from Abyss Jewels, running a 6 socket between the dagger and the squire with 2 additional sockets that are being affected by it. And so all of this together, this build's doing insane amounts of damage with relatively low investment. I mean, a dagger like this to put together would not be very expensive. The really only expensive parts of this build in particular are the enchant itself, which currently is probably about 25 divines to craft just because it uses 15 power runes. And then the headhunter obviously is allowing me to snowball even further. And then the squire was not really that expensive when I bought it for something like a squire. I think it was like 6 div. I'm not sure where the prices are at now. So it's not by any means a budget build to put together. It is very expensive, and you're gonna need a decent amount of upfront currency in order to even get the dagger going. I played Lightning Strike, normal Lightning Strike, to lead into this, using a claw into a sword just because I rock crafted a good sword, and the build's performing insanely well. I'll show basically just an upscaled T16 8 mod map with a bunch of scary mods on it. We're gonna roll a few other mods with the new cartography scarab, and we'll see what what mods we get. The build's not immune to dying. It's not a Giga Tank build. It is in its current form a headhunter version of the build, and so it could potentially die, but we'll at least do a showcase so you can see kind of how ridiculous this looks in these just absolutely giga juiced maps. So we have to get a little bit of attacking going to get it started, and then once it's started, we are going. And basically, you're only limited to how often you can use your skill by how much you play. So for my build specifically, this means I want to run as many monsters as I can in the map just to make sure that I'm constantly killing things. And it's absolutely blasting. And we'll take a look at the map mods at the end of this just to see where they're at. But as you can see, it's completely storming through all of this. And then we're just going to keep grabbing altars because it doesn't really matter. We're insta-killing everything all across the screen. We're freezing things because we're Warden. And our tinctures are making us just do absolutely insane amounts of damage. Every once in a while you do need to attack with your regular Lightning Strike, just in case if you're out of souls and too far away from your VAAL Lightning Strikes. And the boss is broken. The Dunes boss gets very annoying with any freeze mechanics. We'll leave him be for now and come back and see if he's fixed. He is. Alright. Like I said, not immune to damage, but once you get everything up and running, it goes pretty smoothly. So yeah, that's the build. In terms of the mods on the map, there you go. Pretty rippy map by most standards. Some pretty scary mods: Ellie Reflect, More Life, Temp Chains, Burning Ground, Magic Pack Size, Reduce Extra Damage from Crits. Just a lot of things that are typically very difficult for builds to deal with, and especially when you're scaling the modifiers up like this. And this thing just absolutely smashes them for no reason. It just blows through everything. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show off. This is absolutely insane. I will link my PUB if you're interested. Again, it's not a particularly cheap build to get up and running, um, mainly because of the enchant and then also probably needing to get a squire. But beyond that, you can definitely play this build without a headhunter. You might be a little bit more limited on being able to just smash T16s like that. You might have to actually look out for specific modifiers. You may have to make sure that your build's a little bit tankier just because you're not getting the tanky benefits that you get from headhunter. But yeah, it's insane. Have fun, play it if you want. If it looks fun to you, I know people are doing spell versions of the build. People are doing bossing versions of the build. I've seen people using hate forges for it. I've seen people doing different types of rune dagger crafts for additional levels, which I'm assuming that they're going for some type of spell version of the build. So take a look out there, look up daggers with a squire and see what you find. Likely that's what people are running if they're doing this, and see if there's any builds that look interesting to you. Blade Vortex sounds like it'd be fun, and I'm sure there's a million other ones that would be absolutely insanely fun to play, but just being able to spam a VAAL skill is insanely strong. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you try it out, have fun.